Now welcome to another Let's Talk Some Acolyte, where this time it is the 6th episode, Teach Corrupt. And we will once again kick it off with your probably not so brief review of this episode.
This episode was weird. I feel like they totally switched genres on me. It was a Star Wars-ish type of show, and then the CW bought it. I don't know. I mean...
Feels like it has a CW budget too sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like maybe watching Twilight or True Blood. I mean, I just don't understand why we had to introduce the new greatest threat in the galaxy. The Sith thirst trap.
Is that what we're going with?
I think so. It was just so weird.
Was it weird?
Osha, why be with the Jedi? Soul can never love you. You can love so deep. Oh, come here. You're so misunderstood, but you understand me. I'm totally going dark side for you. I looked at your junk and it just called to me. I mean, some people judge a man by the shininess of his
character.
lightsaber, and one of them is me. So, I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was.
Darth
what you
Butt
just
Cheeks
did.
had it going on. I'll tell you that.
Darth Cheeks. It's
Oh,
just cheeks. You don't have to add the butt.
okay, Darth Cheeks. I guess?
Just DC Darth Cheeks.
I can't even talk about the biceps anymore. I've seen almost the whole package.
Oh, God. You had to use the word
So
package,
weird.
didn't you?
Well, somebody checked out his package that episode.
She did glance down, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another note, I thought there was some epic acting from Sol and Kamir.
Oh, the show should be about them. I think
They're
you just
the most
ditch May and
interesting
Ocean.
characters.
Oh, it's not even close.
Sol, you could just see the emotions across his face, like he was breaking, how he felt about everything, the desperation.
No,
was
the show.
crazy.
They should be the two main characters of the show.
And then the not Kamir, because that's an alias. So Kamir, I mean, just the seduction of the dark side. Let me just talk all nice to you, but at the same time, he has there are some threatening tones. He's very layered, and it's really showing the power of the dark side to pull you in
less than a day.
in less than a day, especially if you take your clothes off.
I did not mind most of the stuff between Kamir and Osha. What I didn't like about... Because I mean, you could argue it's kind of... We've seen that before, this kind of same trick.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think that is probably how the dark side tries to, or a Sith would kind of try to lure you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of make you come to your own conclusion.
Make you feel
question.
secure, make you question
Well,
your
yeah.
beliefs.
Make you question it. Not in so much as they're like saying, well, why do you do this? He did that a little, sure.
He's
but
not
like,
attacking her beliefs.
yeah, he's letting her attack her own beliefs.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's so clever.
Yeah, I think that's actually fairly well written.
Just like it was extremely clever to let her have the lightsaber, that he left the weapons there for her to grab. Because remember, he was challenging May to be able to kill Jedi without a weapon, so he doesn't need a weapon to kill Osha.
Well, no, he could probably
But
kill
she gets
Osha
to
anyway,
feel the
yeah.
comfort of, I'm the one armed, I have the power, you don't. It's a smart way for him to operate as a not Sith.
No, I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a little light in terms of like there's just not much to it. Like if you just clip those like couple scenes of them out, it's like 4 or 5 minutes of just pretty quick dialogue. There's no extra layer to it. You know what I mean?
Well, they wasted time during this episode. Why did we have to have the Basil subplot of him walking around and sniffing things?
I don't know, because I think Basil is the one who told Sol, because when Sol figures it out, when he finally stuns her, like, Basil is right there. I feel like Basil was trying to get to Sol the whole episode. I don't know.
All he had to do was walk up to Sol, because May had no idea that was a tracker.
I think she knew.
How?
I
He
don't
was
know.
running around by himself 90% of the night episode.
I don't know. Like, that's the problem. Like, so many things in these episodes are just so poorly conveyed that you're not even sure what the hell is going on.
I guess I didn't like how he had to add this, like, aside in of watching May literally murder Pip. Literally. Do all droids have a factory reset? It had a personality. Solely was like, oh, yeah, there's your Pip.
You're
and
forgetting...
you love your Pip, and you're so kind to Pip. And I'm like, oh, she just walked up and been like, I don't like you. Reset.
You're
now
forgetting
it's
episode
red.
3.
It's red now because it's evil.
Yeah,
Somehow.
I love when they do things like that. I mean, very overt. Like, well, at least you knew, right? At least it's overt enough that you figured it out. Unlike some things in the show. But you're forgetting episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Bail Organa. Yeah, just wipe that protocol droid's memory. Who cares? Like, there's an interesting thing to explore droids in this galaxy at some point. In a way, like, do most people just see them as property? do more people kind of get attached to them?
I think they tried to do that in that little movie called Solo, where she decided to have a droid revolution.
That was by far the worst part of Solo. And Solo was...
I know.
I'm all right with Solo.
I understand the deeper concept you're talking about here. Like the fact that R2-D2 got to keep his personality.
Yeah, like you
would... even C-3PO kept his personality. They wiped some memories, but... It's a weird situation that you have the power to just go up to a droid who some of them are like sentient and they do their own things.
Yeah, they talk and have seems like personality, like literally talk, and it's like
we've got droids like HK-47 who was supposed to be in Battle of Heroes and Villains.
Let's not bring that up right now.
The IG droid, IG-88, IG 11.
Yeah,
they were their own droids.
Sort of.
As far as we knew. Yes, he had, like, the maker says that if I compromise, I blow myself up. But aside from that, he got to do what he wanted.
Yeah, he was his own kind of bounty hunter.
We're off topic, though, so let's...
Way off topic, yeah.
Vanestra seemed entirely unnecessary, and I thought she was kind of bitchy.
I think her point is to be bitchy. I think that's the character. I think when they told her what the character was, it just said bitchy on the sheet of paper.
It said boss bitch.
Yeah. It said boss bitch, and then... acted poorly as well because she's not even like a believable boss bitch. It's like an attempt to be a bitch that doesn't even work well.
Like, why are they so mean to their Padawans?
I don't know that that's her Padawan, but
it's a Padawan, and Padawans should be taught in their learning. He has the braid. I saw
Did he have the braid? I forgot to look.
He's got a braid.
Props
He's
to you
a
Padawan.
Padawan.
Okay. Fair enough.
He's a Padawan, and she was just like talking down to him the entire time like he was an idiot. I'm like, you're supposed to be teaching. The point is that...
That's a good question. What is the point of the series?
The point's gone. They've thrown the point against the wall and it's splatted.
Was there ever a time where you felt like you knew what the actual plot of the show was other than to figure out what happened 16 years ago?
I thought at one point it was to figure out who the Sith was.
No, that she even... I think she even said that wasn't really even supposed to be that much of a mystery.
I thought at one point it was supposed to be defining good and evil and seeing them through a lens of like a bystander, but that wasn't it either. It's something that we've talked a lot about in the Discord about, okay, so during the prequel times, Republic good, Separatist bad.
Sort of, yeah. There are heroes on both sides.
Yes, that's what they say.
Yeah.
From a point of view, yes, of course there are heroes from both sides, but we don't get to see what life is like living on a Separatist planet except for assuming it's horrible. But there aren't bad... Not all the Separatist planets are bad. They wanted to be independent because they wanted their voice to be heard because they're so far from the central system that the rules aren't the same for them.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the missed opportunities of the Clone Wars animated series is to actually go into... There is a little bit of Separatist in there, but not
There was that one kid that was like in love with Ahsoka.
They show Mina... Oh God, the name is going to elude me right now, but...
That's fine.
It's fine, but yeah, I mean... They do show a little bit from the Separatist side, but it isn't much at all. And then there was a chance to do more of that in Bad Batch in one of the earlier seasons, where the Batch has to go rescue a Separatist, senator, and I don't know. Right. Again, we're getting off topic, but
I just don't think that the Acolyte is sending any sort of message that I thought it would send. You and I had an actually really long conversation.
You should have recorded it.
And I know that it's something you're going to touch on later, but one of the things we talked about was, how is this show empowering for women at all?
It's the opposite.
It is.
Yeah.
We've got Vanestra, who's in charge, but she seems to constantly be, like, covering stuff up and not very good at her job.
And just to be a bitch.
Yeah. Like, a woman in power has to be a total jerk.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got May and Osha. May must be the stupidest person in the world to think that she would be able to even think she was going to be able to fool Jedi Master Soul into, look, I'm my sister who I haven't seen in years and years and years. And, I'm just going to tell this guy who's been working with me because he knows I have a Sith Master. I'm just going to tell him I'm going to go turn him in. It's going to be fine. Not only am I stupid and didn't realize that was him.
Well, I guess she can be forgiven for that. I don't know how closely has she worked with this guy.
No, there were hints that the audience caught on, and we only knew him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, when he is training her, because we have to assume he's actually, like, trained her in person. Like, we have training sessions. Like, didn't he look like he does here? Like, because his Sith outfit is pretty, again, he's got the guns out.
Well, okay.
So did he, like, dress up more when she was training or being trained, or what?
And then, finally, we have Osha, who immediately is falling in love with somebody who killed people in front of her. Killed Jackie, who she was forging a relationship. He even said, mentioned, like, Jackie, that that she might have loved Jackie. Like, she loved Jackie, she loved Soul. Killed right in front of her. Killed Yord, who she, like, was growing up in the Order with. right in front of her. She's worried that he killed Master Soul.
But Yord was going to arrest her.
But I got to see his package, and he's kind of hot, and he's a little broken, and I can fix him. Or he can fix me, because I'm not whole either.
In a day.
We can be the power of two together.
In a day.
Together.
Could you imagine meeting a mass murderer?
This is a horrible message for ladies.
No, I agree. I'm probably going to do a video on this and get a lot of hate for thinking that I hate women or something.
Well, then refer them to this video where
You're the one who complained. You're kind of the one who brought it up to me, and we kind of.
I did.
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about that forever because we thought
it was really... It's these aren't great female characters.
Well, it's not. They're not really great female role models.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not saying they're great characters either. They're pretty bad characters too. Don't get me wrong, but it's more about the fact that these are really bad role models. And
Star Wars has been saying, we want to make better role models for young women, for girls in our community, to have more women be able to embrace their inner geek, their fandom.
And you just keep making bad characters. And you keep giving us
these really weird women that everyone's like, yeah. I mean, I'm watching the show and I'm on Team Soul and Team Kamar. I'll take them over anyone else. I mean, I was on Team Yord, but that was kind of just a joke because I thought it was weird that for some reason in this show that only has 8 episodes that are like a half hour each, we have now had a shirtless scene and a full-on nudity thing going on.
Yeah, well, we didn't see.
And we still have 2 episodes to go. We don't even know.
We don't know.
We're gonna turn on the episode next week, and it's gonna be Kamir and Soul are sharing their like flashback of what happened that night in the temple, and they're gonna be like, God, she'll be like in bed with him, and won't have his shirt on. Osha.
Osha's gonna be in. Oh, okay.
Osha's gonna be in bed with Kamir, and she'll be like, well, "Tell me about the temple," and or "Tell me about your past." And he's gonna I'll tell you. And he's like smoking a cigar. I don't know. It's gonna.
Cigar.
That's
really?
Like an old timey way of being like they must have done it because they had a cigarette or something.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's just weird. I still think he was at the.
No, he definitely was there.
Oh, look at his scar. Oh, he's so scarred. Look at it. Tell me about your scar. I'm gonna tell you about my scar.
You want to know how I got these scars?
He lied about that every time. He probably
He withheld information. She said, "You're Jedi Master," and he did not answer the question because that is what he wants her to believe.
Because he never got to the rank of Master. He left before then? I don't know. Well, next week we're pretty much assured of getting a flashback.
I think,
right?
Guaranteed.
Right?
Almost.
Yeah?
I don't want to say for sure because nothing in this show makes sense, so.
And if Kamar is not involved in the witch's past, I don't know what the show is about.
I don't know what...
Because I think he was involved. How else does he know about this power of 2? I mean, he rescued May, but how much did she really just like, Master, I come from the witches, and this is what we witches do. I mean, we saw the weird, I sensed something in my reactor room when I'm a witch lady in the past.
Yeah.
There's something, and I think he was there, and that's all I have to say.
Or his master was there, and he was there with his master, or something along them. We're going to see who the Sith master is. But no, my biggest complaint with this episode, even though I did kind of like, out of context, I guess, the whole Kamir and Osha thing. I don't think that was handled too poorly, other than it needed to be a little more beefed up, a little longer, a little more in depth, instead of just like one day she goes from... It's like Rey and Kylo all over again, except for not anywhere. Actually, I think that will probably be part of the point of my video. That was actually handled better than this, Rey and Kylo.
I think that was a slower process as well.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier today too. So, But no, that's my biggest gripe. It's like it's not bad, but it's not good.
Right.
Just that part. Everything else is pretty bad, except for Sol and Kamir, who should have been the central point of the entire series.
Yeah, because they're really interesting.
Yeah, best actors by far.
Oh my gosh, I would have loved it if, and I know this isn't going to be the case because, I mean, Sol was a Jedi Knight in the past. I would have loved it if Kamar was actually his Padawan who got, like, seduced by the dark side and pulled away from him. Like, he was like, oh, I'm with this group and I helped sabotage this thing with the witches because that's what my master wanted. That was, like, his challenge to then separate from the Jedi, his proving himself to be good enough for the Sith Lord. Like, his test was to disrupt this whole mission and get the witches killed. And try to steal the power of 2.
That's already infinitely better than everything we just got in first 6 episodes. And I'm not even exaggerating. I already like when we're going with that.
I'm going to rewrite the Acolyte.
Somebody's got to. Because it wasn't written the first time, that's for sure. It was just kind of some notes jotted down and they tried to make it into episodes. But anyway, I think that's going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn to take to the comments below and tell us what you thought of the 6th episode of The Acolyte. Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? How do you think this is going to end? Whatever the case may be, leave those comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.